Nonviolent resistance was well-intentioned but dangerously naive, and I think you said, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that power flows from the barrel of a gun.
Right.
So were you kind of shocked and startled by the results that you were coming up with?
Yes, I mean, the data collection lasted from the time Maria and I met until early 2008. And then we wrote our first article based on the results. So it was sometime early 2008 when I ran the initial analysis and was pretty surprised to find that the nonviolent resistance campaigns were outperforming the violence ones. That was not my expectation. I thought at best they would be equivalent and probably more likely that the nonviolent campaigns would be less successful. So I was really surprised, and it took me a while to figure out why that was going on. It completely turned on its head most of the basic education that I'd had about what makes movements powerful. And it also turned on its head a lot of basic assumptions that I think we have, not just in my field, but in human society in general, about where power comes from. And I think a lot of people buy into the dictum that power flows from the barrel of a gun, that it's basically monolithic, that it's basically constantly replenishing itself. There's no possible way for people to affect change in their societies, and those types of approaches, became something that I think I would just buy into without having examined the evidence.
Well, you make reference in your book
common knowledge, and you change the
people
power structure.
Movements, and you write about the people power movement.
Let everybody know that
in the 80s, and if you could
guns don't
tell
work.
us about that movement and detail some of the factors that made this an really impressive example of successful nonviolent resistance.
Sure. I think many people think of the Philippines as an iconic example of where nonviolent resistance and people power was truly, truly transformed.